So I originally worked in physics research, and I joined a group that was based in Japan. So it was just a coincidence. I happened to come to Japan, and I came here many times for the research work, and I really fell in love with Japan, and so I decided to live and work here. Right now I'm working on developing the Renome framework. I'm working on the image-related models. We're trying to implement the most recent models and improve the accuracies of all the models in our framework. The work environment is great. It's a really relaxed environment. I have the freedom to set my schedule for most of the time. And everyone's really friendly, so it's a really good environment. Yes, I do love my job. Yeah, so I work in a team of about 4 or 5 people. It's actually a couple of Japanese people and another person from Indonesia and myself. I'm from America, so it's a pretty international team. And we have meetings once or twice a week to share our results. So sometimes I work with the team members, sometimes I work on my own, depending on the work. But it's a really flexible working environment. Yeah, so there's lots of restaurants and shops and cafes within a few minutes walking distance of the office. So what I like to do, for example, is every morning I get here a little bit early and I go to Starbucks, and I like to spend 30 minutes every morning just reading a paper, an AI paper, and that keeps me up to date with the most recent information, and it helps my work. So I make that a morning routine. Living in Japan it's a wonderful experience. It's very different from America. As you know, Tokyo is really crowded, so it's a little bit different from my hometown, which was a much smaller town. So it took a while to get used to the crowds, but other than that, it's a very safe environment. It's very easy to move around. The train system is wonderful. And everything every day feels like an adventure because it's so different from America. So it's a great experience. So I spend my weekends, sometimes I exercise. I like to go jogging, so I like to jog around the city. I like to find different parks in the city to go jogging in. And I also have a 1.5-year-old daughter at home, so sometimes I take her to the park and I play with her. So my weekends are mostly filled with those two things. So one aspect of Japanese culture that I really like is they have local festivals. They're called matsuri, and they're held all throughout the year, and they're held at all different localities inside Tokyo. And so you can go around to all the different festivals, all the matsuri, and you can eat the local foods. You can see people dressed in traditional, Japanese clothing, and they do traditional dances. It's a really nice way to talk to the local people and to see Japanese culture up close. I definitely recommend coming to Japan, if not for living here, at least to experience it for at least a few months. And I think once you get used to it, there might be some culture shock in the beginning, but once you get used to it, it's a wonderful place to live. It's really safe, as I said, and just a nice, fun atmosphere, and every day is an adventure, so I highly recommend it.